You can easily build all kinds of awesome structures around your raised metal garden beds with the EMT conduit and maker pipe, but you might not know how to attach your conduit structures to the garden bed. And thanks to a community member named Heather, we have a really good solution for this that I'm going to show you how to achieve in this video. And essentially, this is kind of similar to what you would do if you had a wooden raised garden bed where you'd use a one-hole strap to secure the conduit to the side of your garden bed. But if you're using wood, that's going to be a flat surface that you're attaching this one-hole strap to, but obviously these raised beds have these ridges in them, which makes it a lot more challenging to secure the EMT conduit. So what you're actually trying to solve for is just creating a flat surface that you can attach the one-hole strap to then secure the conduit. And I'm going to show you how to do that, and it's actually pretty simple. So essentially the way these garden beds work usually is they are just panels that go together, and you can customize the different shapes and dimensions. And they usually come with just simple hardware, and you just put the two panels together and then secure them as I've got here. But what you're going to do whenever you're utilizing this solution in this hack to secure your conduit build to the side of these beds is to essentially just utilize the holes that are already in the panels here, as you can see, but you're just going to replace the really short hardware with another bolt. And this one is just a machine screw that I got at the hardware store. This is 1/4 and it's about 2 inches, I believe this one is. And then essentially you're just going to put that through the panels in place of where you had the other hole. And then you're just going to get some 1/2-inch PVC pipe, and you're going to cut this and use this as a spacer to kind of raise the one-hole strap off of this ridge here to be able to secure the conduit to it. And it's really important that you do this. This is about 1/2 inch, and you want to make sure that you do it where it's close enough so that the conduit is being pulled against the garden bed. So you want to make sure it's pretty close there, and just depending on your garden bed and the brand that you have, you want to just double check that measurement. But essentially, you're just going to get some 1/2-inch PVC, like I said. It's really easy to cut. You just use this tool here, and it's just a handheld tool that clamps down and just cuts all the way through the PVC, and pretty easy to just make these spacers doing that. So then you'll just put that on there, and then you're just going to get a 1/4 washer, as you can see there, just to go over top of it. Then you can do your one-hole strap, and then you can do your 1/4 nut there, and just kind of clamp and secure all of this together. Nice and easy. And it probably works better if you put your conduit in place first before you do this, but I'll just kind of show you this and then put the conduit in place. But essentially you're just going to get this pretty tight, of course, and then put your conduit in place for the structure. So you've got your conduit vertical here. So then you can kind of imagine if you've got this conduit vertical attached to the side of your bed, you got your garden in here, everything's growing, you've got your 8-foot tall vertical or whatever, you can kind of build the rest of your structure. And essentially wherever you want to secure the conduit to your garden bed, you just replace the standard hardware with this little setup here, and this hack can kind of make this. So pretty easy to do, and like I said, just use 1/2-inch PVC. We're thinking about 3D printing a shim that goes in here and kind of matches the curvature of the bed. So if that's something that you want to see, let us know in the comments, and I think we can make that pretty easily. So hope you guys enjoyed this, found it useful for your garden builds. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.